More on the situation there. Let's cross live now to Javier Sarcar Quiros, a resident in Miami. It's good to have you with us on the programme this evening, Javier. Firstly, tell us where exactly you are and how conditions are there.
Thank you for having me on today. I am located in the western suburb of Miami called West Kendall. And the conditions are pretty moderate. They're pretty tropical storm, just like they said they would be. There are some broken branches, breezes, and quick moving storms, tornado warnings, but nothing too terrible. We've been very fortunate down here.
And do you have friends in northern parts of Florida? Are they safe? Do you know anyone who's been evacuated from their homes?
Absolutely. I think any native of South Florida or Miami is going to have friends who have spread out all over the states at some point. And I do have friends in Tampa and Fort Myers. I have a friend in Hudson Beach who already suffered a total loss in Helene, lost her house. It's still standing, but everything inside was gone due to the storm surge, and she's had to evacuate to Orlando with her neighbors. So she's having to ride a second hurricane, and she's the one, like, who's my friend who I personally know has had such a loss to such an extent. But there are others I'm in contact with. I know they've lost power in Tampa Bay. My friend just informed me they have no data cellular reception. And I know it's just really windy in Fort Myers, really windy, but no storms.
And your friend who's in Orlando now, she's among thousands of people still picking up the pieces after Hurricane Helene. How exactly is she dealing with that?
Well, she's had a rough time. I mean, anyone in her position, I'm sure. I mean, losing all your possessions. Of course, she's grateful to be alive and her neighbors all coming together. It's the beautiful thing about these disasters is that people come together to help each other. It can be a reminder of a restoration and faith in humanity. And of course, I'll just disclose, I work with her in business. And so a lot of our associates got together and we raised a little bit of what we could before we even knew the second storm was coming, just from the first loss, and sent her a nice little care package. We'll have to send another one after this one.
And Florida authorities, they're urging anybody who hasn't yet done so to urgently seek shelter. What, though, of the people who've decided to stay in their own homes?
Well, that's going to be the vast majority of the people, because a very, very small amount of people can actually pick up and leave. So for various reasons, whether it's because you're caring for small ones or older ones. And so the right thing to do, the Florida thing to do, is to basically prepare and hunker down, is to be ready. You have to do both parts. You have to be ready so you can last comfortably while the emergency services do their work and get to you and provide relief.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's very hard to know exactly what's going to happen. People in Florida, I guess they're kind of used to being hit by hurricanes and very bad weather. But how exactly do you prepare for something like this?
All year round. There's really no way to prepare for this other than just kind of always have a little bit of your food packed up in your pantry. And that's just the Florida way. It's part of the risk of living here. I believe over 120 hurricanes have struck Florida, and compared to the other states in the U.S., I think the second highest, 62. So that's almost twice as many hurricanes. So I know there's a lot of newer inhabitants due to the last few years of activity. A lot of other people moved from other states to Florida, and I think that might have a factor to why so many people are not as prepared. They're becoming Floridians. They're not quite there yet, maybe.
Javier, we'll have to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time on the programme. That is Javier Sarcar Quiros. Best of luck also to your friend who's recently moved to Orlando. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Well, let's turn now to the Middle East.